Okay, so I was remembering something. I think it was from maybe around 2020, possibly 2019, 2020, something like that. And it was getting close to the time. It was, to me, it was seeming like that Comcast was possibly working from out of their homes and they were doing some contracting. Well, that's what they were telling us actually, that they were contracting people to do things. When the guys would come to the house, they said they were contractors that worked for Comcast, so they weren't direct workers for Comcast. And and so okay, so when I first lived in the house before everything happened, um, I saw that all of our connections that were outside to each room were all connected separately. And that's what the guy had told me when I moved into the house. He said that all the rooms are ready for cable TV. He said we have fiber optics, everything is hooked up to all of the rooms. And so I think the first company I had was either AT&T or Bell, maybe Southern Bell, Bell South, I'm not sure exactly. It was something like that. And it was, did I have a dial? Yeah, I think for a while we had a dial up modem for a little bit. No, or did we? Or it was direct, I think. Maybe just a direct connection. But anyway, to make a long story short, and this was over like a 15-year span. And so there was maybe like about 10, at least 10 connections outside. And then the box was locked up with a little lock on it or a little zip strip type thing. But right before Comcast, when they were using the contractors instead, then the last time I got into the box, I looked at it and all the connections were disconnected. And so they were always doing this thing saying that we had to pay for each room. If we wanted a room connected with Comcast, we had to pay for each room separately, and that we couldn't have all the connections in the house. And so to me, it got to the point of thinking, well, why is Comcast regulating inside of my house? That was a question I always asked. Why is Comcast able to regulate inside of our homes? And so they just kept raising prices higher and higher related to the services and adding on all these fees. There was one point I looked at the bill and there was like at least 10 different fees. They just kept adding them on just to make more money, just because